Well, hey, oh, hey, well, hey, well, hey.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Breaking Fry Bread. I'm Dave. This is Ty. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, brother.
How
are we doing?
I'm doing outstanding. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's a new year. I think you said it best. Thrive in 25. You know, coming into the new year with a new energy, new motivation, ready to rock it.
That's right. I am ready to leave 2024 behind. Good riddance. Good riddance to 2024. That was one of the. That's going to go down as like you have certain years in your life where it's just, things didn't go right. 2002, 2008, 2024. The gaps are getting longer. That's what's important.
Good point.
What's your number one thing you want to accomplish this year?
We talked about it last show.
That's right, we did. Did it change?
I haven't hit the gym yet, so it's we're a few days into the new year, but prioritizing my health was my number one thing this year. And because the older we get, the more you realize that we can't take our health for granted. So, I'm trying to get on your level. I don't know if I'm going to do a marathon every month, but maybe I'll start with a mile here, a mile there, and just getting in the gym. So.
Yeah, just getting in the gym. I've actually heard that lifting weights is that burns more fat and more calories than running or anything. Like weightlifting is huge.
Yeah, and when I say I want to improve my health, it's not as if I have not been active already. I'm a big fan of the cold plunge.
Yep.
Doing those in the morning. I was in a pretty good routine there for about a month where every morning we would jump in the cold plunge, and the health benefits from that alone is crazy.
I love the cold plunge.
Have you tried it?
I do. I do ice baths.
I think the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Yeah, it's just, the cold plunge, the ice bath, get, 2 or 3 bags of ice from the 7-Eleven or whatever, fill the tub up with cold water. I mean, it's 34 degrees, 35 degrees in that thing. And, I'll sit in there for 15 minutes. Whatever.
Yeah. And you know what they say is that at those cold of temperatures, you really, the target zone is really 3 to 6 minutes, and to get optimum results. And I know growing up, traditionally ice baths were looked at as more of a recovery exercise. And as the years have gone on and more research has come out, it's more of like there's more health benefits to doing it before workouts, right? Like that.
Really?
That cold exposure for that duration of time, they found that releases cold shock proteins into your bloodstream, right? Which will run through your bloodstream and clear your blood of any toxins and and things like that. And if you can be consistent with the cold plunge, there's studies that show that it can reduce your chance of heart attack and stroke by 50%.
Whoa.
Gary Brecka does a lot of interesting talks on it. That's kind of who I listen to, but there's also the how it burns calories at an extreme rate because your body has to work to fight off that cold. And so while you're doing that heat is leaving your body and you're burning brown fat. So the health benefits of doing a polar plunge first thing in the morning are amazing. And then if you can get a sauna in, I'm a big fan of the sauna as well. If you can get consistent with your sauna workouts, they say 20 minutes, 5 times a day at 160 degrees or more heat shock proteins are released into your blood and kind of give the same health benefit, right? They clear the blood of your toxins and reduce your chance of heart attack and stroke by 50%.
Wow. So do you do the cold plunge and then the sauna? Do you do them back to back, or is that not good?
I think you can, but I don't. I don't have a sauna at the house, but we have a cold plunge. So we'll start the day with the cold plunge, and then that kind of sets the tone for the day. And then if you get a workout in the afternoon and there's a sauna, I'll definitely jump in the sauna for a good half hour.
What is your cold plunge?
It's a big horse trough. I mean, because I'm a big guy, I can't fit in these little barrels.
So you got a big horse trough.
Got a big horse trough. Works great. We just leave it out in the cold, and we just go sit out in the cold. We pick one song, turn it on, and we sit in there for the whole duration of that song, and then we get out.
That's pretty good. When I got done doing a sweat, there was people that were jumping in these troughs, horse troughs, that were filled with water. I don't think I did that. I didn't do that for sure. 100%. But there was people doing that. That's what that reminds me of. So I'm a big guy too, which is why I don't use the barrel for the cold plunge. It's why I get in the bathtub. But I like the idea of having it outside. And I saw one guy that was in a cooler the other day online. Like, he had a big cooler, and he had ice in it, and it was all frozen. And when you get out, he just shut the lid. And I was like, I was thinking, oh man, I should get a cooler. But now I got this horse trough idea. I like the horse trough idea. I think that's a good idea for me.
There's not a lot of maintenance to it. You fill it up, and then you let the elements outside kind of cool it off. And then, especially right now, you get a little thin sheet of ice.
Yeah.
On the top, you got to break before you get in. And
yeah, that's right. Awesome. Yeah, that's perfect. It's like, yeah, that's cool. I like the horse trough idea. That's good because it's like $200, and you see these things online. Like sometimes they want $3,400, $5,000, $900 for a cold plunge. It's like, man, come on.
I ain't got that kind of money, man.
No, you ain't got that Indian money.
My per cap's going to something else.
Oh, I love the per cap. Say, you think bonuses are coming out today?
We've already got them, man.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, check your account. We're rolling in the dough right now.
When did the bonuses come out?
I believe they're dated for today. But if you have, depending on your bank, you would have received them yesterday or the day before. So
for real?
Just for the adults, not the kids.
I'm old school, so I still do checks.
That's good. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, man, I don't have the direct deposit set up. I need to get the direct deposit set up. That's cool. So they did a little early bonus for the tribe.
Yeah, help recoup some of that Christmas money that we all, graciously gave out to everybody. And yeah.
I spent too much on Christmas.
Don't we all?
You know what? I only to be honest, I only bought gifts for my wife. It's the only person I bought anything for.
And then the wife takes care of the kids.
Wife took care of everything else. I didn't even know what they got. I was so uninvolved this year. I was just busy, man. It's like I said on the last show, 2024 was a tough year. Actually, I got a few comments on last show. People were hitting me up. Oh man, that was a tough year. Oh man, I can't believe you shared that online. I was like, whoa, what did I share online? I was like, what did I actually say? It made me nervous for a minute. I had one guy call me and talk to me for 45 minutes about it. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, I got to be careful. I got to be careful what I'm saying on there. And then I forget. I get rolling in the mood, and Bam.
Yeah, I thought it was good stuff. You know,
It was good. It was good.
You were opening up, you're being vulnerable, man, and then things happen, you know, and we persevere and we push through it. And I think it was good for the listeners to hear you be so open and vulnerable about it. You know, it's kind of inspiring for them. So I don't know. I didn't feel like you said anything too crazy.
That's good. I'm glad. Thank you.
I got a lot of comments too. I thought the last episode was a good one.
Yeah, I thought it was good too. You know, the thing is, I think on social media, so much of what's on social media is just like, 99% of all posts are, I'm winning the game. I'm the king. Look at me. I'm the greatest thing on the planet, And so like all everybody, like social media creates this window where it's like, oh man, everybody is doing so good and I'm not doing well. And I think it leads to like some depression and some anxiety and some stressing. And so sometimes, like if you get real, then, I think sometimes it's like, okay, people are real. It's refreshing. It's not all the same, just BS that people like to share,
Yeah. It was pretty clear that we weren't scripted, and everything was from the heart.
We're definitely not scripted, but we have a good time. What's the ring around the chain?
The ring around the chain. This is my mother's wedding ring.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So if I'm not wearing my salmon medallion, then I'm usually wearing this. I'm gonna step it down a notch,
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. You're stepping it down, reducing the bling a little bit. Hey, yeah. So have you watched that show, The Penguin?
I did. I've got a few episodes in.
How many episodes in are you?
I think 5.
5. Okay, I just finished number 3.
It's pretty good. You know who that actor is, right?
It's Colin Farrell.
Yeah, it's crazy. It looks nothing like Colin Farrell.
Looks nothing like Colin Farrell. And the voice is good. The voice don't sound like him either. The acting in that show is incredible.
Yeah.
I'm jiving with it.
Yeah, I like it, man. Yeah, I think I'm 4 episodes in. I've kind of took a break from it. I haven't gotten back into it, but it's there waiting for me for sure.
What do you think, Ralph? You're a big TV guy.
I loved it.
Did you?
I watched the whole thing, and it's terrific. I think the thing is, I think you guys will both agree. It's like it's supposed to take place in the Batman. It does not feel like a comic book movie at all. Because it's supposed to be the Penguin from Batman, but man, and you're so right, Dave. The acting is so good in that show, and the writing's really good. So,
yeah, it's really good. It's like Academy Award.
It really is. It's like
level.
Every
acting.
episode feels like a Goodfellas movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just terrific. And it gets better, guys. It keeps getting better and better and better. The story it takes turns and twists. I think you guys are gonna love it.
Okay, so I'm not a big superhero type movie goer or whatever. I mean, I watch the movies or whatever, but I'm not a big like superhero movie, whatever. But here's my question to you. Maybe you know this question. So there was a Batman movie that came out most recently.
Yeah.
That was kind of like a weird offshoot of Batman, right? It was like kind of dark, and I watched it. I don't have a lot of recollection of what happened in it, but it feels like this show is an offshoot of that movie.
It is. It's the same because Colin Farrell was in that movie as the Penguin.
So, was he?
Yes, but he's
really?
Again, it's just so unrecognizable because he's under all of that stuff, but. He's in that. He's in a few parts of it, and especially there's that car chase where the Batmobile gets him, like rolls him over and everything like that. I mean, the Riddler was kind of the big bad guy in that one, but we didn't really even see him until much later in the film.
And so the explosion that kind of wipes everybody out, that was done by the Riddler, and that happened in the Batman movie,
Yes,
right?
It did, yeah. So those two things happen. Yeah, they all happen in the same universe. Yeah.
Who was the Batman in the most recent one?
Robert Pattinson.
The Twilight guy.
The Twilight guy, yeah.
Robert Pattinson is the Twilight guy?
Yeah, he was.
Which vampire?
He was the main vampire, the the guy who had the love affair with
what, the one who's in the love with the chick who's always, his face is always sparkling?
Yeah, sparkly boy. Yeah.
He's Batman?
Yep. And
what the frick is going on?
I still say vampires should not sparkle. That's just not right.
Okay, this is on a whole new level. All right, what's what projects are going on around? What projects? I mean, do you have anything to say about Batman? I don't want to cut you out there.
Leave you out, Ty.
Ty.
I say, bring back Michael Keaton. That was one of my favorite Batmans.
I love Michael Keaton.
I thought Michael Keaton was a great Batman. That was my time. Not sure who was Batman before, but I thought Val Kilmer was a pretty killer Batman.
I liked Christian Bale, and
the Dark Knight,
yeah,
the Dark Knight series,
yeah, and I think I liked the Dark Knight because the Riddler was, the Joker was so awesome. Dude, that's my favorite Joker. That guy was nuts.
Yeah, he gave his life to that role. It kind of consumed him, but
it killed him. Jack Nicholson told him that was going to happen.
Really?
I saw an interview with Jack Nicholson, and he said he met with Heath Ledger, and he told him, he said, the darkest place he had ever been in his life is when he played the Joker. He said he had to get so dark and so demonic and so evil to play that role as an actor that it took him to places that he couldn't believe. And he told Heath Ledger, he said, be careful. I think he told him not even to do the role. And he said he wouldn't do the role again. Jack Nicholson, he said it was so dark. I read that. And I was like, oh, man, that's pretty crazy. And then, of course, Heath Ledger, died. And that was sad because he was literally such an incredible Joker. I mean, just that acting was off the charts, too. Did he win an Academy Award?
Yes.
I don't know. He had to have won something.
Yeah, posthumously, Heath Ledger won the Academy Award for that year. Yeah.
If you look at his previous roles he played before Joker, it was a big time jump.
Big time jump.
I think last movie I saw him was 10 Things I Hate About You.
That's the movie I was thinking about that I saw him in, right? Where he's jumping around in Seattle and singing songs to the girl and...
Yeah, at Stadium High School where they filmed that.
Yeah. Yep.
Then he jumps right into Joker. So yeah, that's a big jump.
That is a big jump.
He's the best Joker to date.
Yeah,
I'm not a big fan of the new Joker. I'm not a big fan of the new Joaquin Phoenix Joker.
No, that Joker's stupid.
Yeah, it's super dark and kind of, I don't know. I'm not really into it.
Yeah, they make him like a mental patient or something. Listen, there's sometimes, have you ever seen that movie Tropic Thunder?
Yeah.
There's this part in the movie where they're talking about going retard, right? And they say never go full retard, right? Yeah, I mean, you just don't do it, right? For the movie. And that's not against anybody who has any mental challenges. I just want to throw that out there. It's just a thing from a movie. But I feel like, this guy went kind of full retard on his role, like mental asylum patient, like so sad and depressed and like skinny and just like homeless. I don't know, man. Like just, get away from me. Like I can't even watch it. I don't even like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They spend way too much time on character development in that. And it's not even really appealing to watch.
No, it's garbage. All right. So there was a few projects that are going on. What's happening?
In 2025, you mean around the tribe?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think last time we talked, they just opened up the new admin building, and we've talked on the show before about how I feel about the construction of that building. However, I've been inside. It's a really nice building, and I don't know. It's nice. And as far as projects go, I know that there's a big housing project going on that I think it's the first project for Tahoma Construction, the tribe's new construction company.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yep, and it's a housing development over right off of Levee Road, right off the river. I'm not sure what Taro's level of involvement is, but I know that the Tahoma Construction Company, they have a Taro liaison that works in-house, and so I would have to assume that there's participation going on, and I don't know. It looks there's already houses going up, so it's well underway.
Wow, are these going to be tribal houses, or are these?
It'll be for tribal housing, and I think, as far as I understand, it's for single family homes.
Oh, cool. That's pretty cool.
3, 4, and 5 bedroom homes.
Wow, 5-bedroom homes. Those are big.
Yeah, it's a good size.
That's a big home. Cool. So the Tahoma Construction Company seems to be doing good. I think that's a good venture. I mean, I'm always about getting into construction and that sort of thing. That's a good move for the tribe. I think anyway, without knowing any details about it, I think it's good.
I'd say it's a good start, and we'll see what's on the horizon as far as big projects.
Yeah, that's good. And the new office building is nice. Does it smell like the Marriott Hotel when you walk in?
It smells pretty nice, and I tell you what, they for Christmas they went all out and decorated that place. It looked like the North Pole.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
How's the casino doing?
I don't know if you heard, but the casino is under new management now.
I did hear about that. I saw some chatter on that on social media.
Yeah, after 35, I think about 35 years, they've decided to go in a new direction, and I'm not sure who it is that they've hired, but I know that a lot of people are hopeful. I've heard a lot of good things, and we'll see. I haven't heard of any major changes that have been made yet, but yeah, I'm excited to see what new opportunities that we can do with our gaming.
Why did they make the change? Or why do you think they made the change?
I don't know. You can only speculate, and I think they just wanted to move in a new direction, and I think maybe their performance year over year had been heading in a downward trend the last 3 to 5 years, and sometimes you got to make those tough calls and tough decisions to right the ship. But that's not my call. It's just all speculation. But yeah, I mean, the 30-something years that team was in charge of the casino, they brought a lot of success to the tribe. So you can't overlook that and the success of everything that they brought and the growth of our economy here at the Puyallup Tribe. That team was a big contributor of that. And so I know, me personally, I'm thankful for everything that Frank and his team did. They're Emerald Queen Casino, and I wish him success in his next ventures.
He's got to be getting to be about retirement age anyway, isn't he?
I believe so. He looks pretty young. Last time I saw him, he's He's got a lot of energy left, so we'll see. Maybe he's going to enjoy some time with the grandkids, and before he figures out his next move.
And who are the people who took it over?
I don't know. I think it's one person. There's one man, and I'm not sure what his team is going to look like. I'm sure he's going to get to come in and build his own team and kind of reorganize, and so I'm not sure what that looks like yet.
Huh? What do you think the number one thing they have to do to get it moving in a better direction is?
I think, I mean, obviously I'm not privy to the numbers, those types of things, but, you got to take a look at why they're heading in a downward direction year over year. Is it F&B? There's a lot of components to running a casino, and, where can they save some money and put that money back into the tribe's pockets. You know what I mean? And I think there's a lot of opportunity with sports betting. It's growing and growing and growing. And so I think being able to adapt and evolve at the pace that the need for sports betting is growing at, I think that's important. The gaming is also heading in a digital direction, and so keeping up with that. Slot machines, they don't call out sick. They don't have sick days. And table games, from my understanding, table games bring a very small portion of the casino revenue, but you got to have them, right? I mean, people love their craps, people love their roulette and blackjack. So
yeah, the card room is not the big winner.
No, it's not. And it's just promotions, right? Like, how do they keep bringing people in? I think they do a lot of great promotions right now. So how do they build on that? I think that's going to be the challenge.
Does it feel safe around there? Is safety an issue around there or no?
It feels a lot safer than it used to at the old casino. There's metal detectors to get in now. It's not as easy for the homeless to get in and just sit around and, because I don't know if you heard about the old casino, that the vagrants used to sit in there and harass customers for money, and the old comp system would be that they could just come in and check in and not play any games or just sit in there for 2 hours and come back and get a free meal.
What?
And so that was the old comp system back in the day. So, I mean, it was basically feeding the homeless,
What's the comp system now?
Well, it's all done through player tracking now. This is because we didn't have player tracking back in those days. And so now everything's tracked through your player's card. And you earn meals based off your play. So
okay, so you can't go in there and get a free meal. Dang it. All right. What a bummer. I was hoping to get some hot turkey and gravy.
Their prime rib's pretty good.
Yeah, I said I'm going to check it out. Have you been to the new restaurant yet?
I have. The casino actually has really good food.
Yeah, the casinos do have good food. I don't know that I haven't been to the new casino. I had been to the old casino many times, but I haven't been to the new casino yet.
The menu hasn't really changed. The Chinese food has always been great at Emerald Queen, so the menu didn't really change there. They kind of improved on it a little bit, but if you want some good Chinese food, man, that's a good place to go. Everything else on the menu is great too. I mean, they got a good steak and lobster, prime rib, clam chowder is excellent.
Oh, that's good. I would expect anything less from an Indian casino.
The rooftop, the restaurant on the rooftop, they have a tomahawk steak that you can order.
Is it good?
It's great. It's great. They have live music Thursday through Saturday.
You know a lot about what's going on with the casino.
Yeah, I like our casino.
You're like a local tour guide.
I could be. I should probably do that.
Tours by Ty. All right, I like it. All right, what's going on with on the activism side of things?
I don't know. There's always activism going on, right? Not just at Puyallup, but countrywide, and it's thought it'd be interesting to talk about, activism and what activism means to us at the Puyallup Tribe. And you think back to fishing wars. We always talk about fishing wars on the show and takeover of the Cushman building and the takeover at Alcatraz back in the 60s. All these movements that without them, we may not be where we are today, especially the fishing wars. The standing up against Washington State Department of Fisheries and, fighting for our rights to the rights to the land and the water and the treaties that were signed to us. That took a lot of courage from our tribal leaders back in the day, and without that, we may not be where we're at today. We wouldn't have per caps, we wouldn't have casinos, and you kind of think, it started with the fishing wars, and when we won the fishing wars battle, what followed after that? Well, for us at the tribes, it was smoke shops, and then it turned into fireworks, then it turned into gaming. All these things that started with the foundation of fighting for our treaty rights on the waters. And so you kind of think of it in those terms, and you realize really how powerful and important activism is. And think of some of the most recent forms of activism in these last couple generations. The pipeline, all the battles over the pipelines. They're trying to run the pipelines under sacred waters and sacred land. There's a lot of one of the ones I'm kind of paying attention to now is the Trail of Truth. Spending time in California with my Puyallup brother Daniel Baptiste. He was raised in California, and so he's really involved in bringing awareness to this Trail of Truth. It's from the Wescott tribe. They're not federally recognized, but they're in California, and they're fighting to be federally recognized. And so they rode by horseback from California all the way to Washington, D.C.
Wow.
And all the way back. So I think this took place back in September, October, but I've been kind of paying attention to it. He'll send videos, and pretty powerful stuff.
What about the Sand Creek Massacre? Are you familiar with that?
I'm not.
The Sand Creek Massacre happened November 29th, 1864. And all of the natives were said to say, hey, it's the Arapaho people. You know the Arapaho people? You've heard of the Arapaho people?
Yes.
Okay, so they said, hey, wave an American flag or a white flag, and you're fine. We're not going to harm you. And so the entire tribe basically raised those flags. And then the army came in, and the 3rd Colorado Cavalry came in, and John Shivington I think he was a general or lieutenant or colonel or something, and he came in and wiped them all out, killed every single one of them. Okay? And in Colorado, there has been a statue of him of this general or this lieutenant, whatever he was, I can't remember, on the steps of the, of one of these Capitol type buildings, honoring him, right? And so there's a guy that I know, and he's from Pennsylvania, but he does documentaries on Native Americans, and he's a very, very famous, movie producing documentary guy. He did a awesome documentary on some tribes out of New York and some different stuff like that. And I know him, but I'm actually friends with his mom. So his mom is pretty awesome, and I'm pretty well connected with her. And so anyways, I talk to him every so often, and so he's doing this documentary, and they're going to so during the Black Lives Matters riots, they tore down this statue of this John Chivington guy. And so now they've been working with the local Cheyenne and Arapaho people to create a new statue. And I'm not sure exactly what the statue is going to look like. But in honor of all of the people who died, they're doing like a 60 or 70 mile run from the base camp, where the massacre happened, to the Capitol building or whatever. And they're, it's this big tribal thing. There's tons of, Native people. This is going to happen in, I think, 2026 is when it's going to happen. But, anyways, so that's a big thing. And I was thinking that, oh man, this is something I should go run in, 60 miles, 70 miles. I can't remember exactly how many it is, but it's very interesting. So I was talking to this guy who does these documentaries, and like his stuff is in like Sundance Film Festival and all these different places. And when I was talking to him last week, I was thinking I needed to bring up the fishing wars and see if he was interested in doing a documentary on the fishing wars, because I thought, oh man, you know so much about that. And now you've got this Trail of Truth.
Yeah.
I need to try to get him. I need to try to get him on the podcast.
That'd be great.
You know his mom. You know his mom, Ralph. Elaine Pasqua.
Oh, really?
That's his mother. Yeah.
That's his mother.
Yeah.
Oh, Elaine's amazing.
Elaine's amazing.
She's so awesome. That's very cool.
It is cool. Sorry, Ty. What were you saying?
No, I was saying that'd be great to get him on the show. And yeah, because there's documentaries on the fishing wars and but there's so many different stories to tell about the fishing wars, and so the ones that you're seeing released now are told through the lens of somebody else, and they're highlighting different leaders from that time. And so I think there needs to be one that that tells the whole story, and that's very inclusive of everybody that was involved. And just personally, speaking, I feel like my grandfather was left out of a lot of that, and my grandmother and many others, not just them, but so while it does a good job of telling the story, I think that there's opportunity to do another one, and that could be more inclusive,
Yeah, that would be cool. I'll get hooked up with him and see if we can get him on the show. I'll put that in my show notes. All right. So Trail of Truth, what happened there?
It's it's a tough battle these days for tribes that do not have federal recognition. It's a tough battle. They're fighting an uphill battle to be federally recognized, because not only are they fighting the federal government, but they're fighting other tribes, right? That may already have claim to their territory. And if this tribe receives federal recognition, well, now they're going to have to relinquish some of those tribal land rights, or, so now they find themselves battling other tribes that may have more resources and more money that will try to prevent them from getting federal recognition, So, there's a lot of that going on here in Washington. You got the Duwamish people. They're not federally recognized. Well, a lot of our Puyallup tribal members are descendants of Duwamish, so you have just in Washington, you got Lower Chinook are fighting for federal recognition, and so there's they're going up against Quinault, and they're going up against these tribes that have a lot of resources and power. So they're fighting two different battles, but that's the Trail of Truth. To my understanding, I hope I'm not misspeaking on it, but I know that they're fighting for federal recognition, and I'm not sure what their intertribal fight is looking like amongst other tribes, but I know that they marched to Washington D.C. to try to show a presence and yeah. So sounds like it's ongoing. I thought it was just amazing. They shut down the whole Golden Gate Bridge over in California while they were marching on horseback. There's a video of them down in Times Square, New York, occupying that street, and so they're making some noise.
That's cool.
They're doing, yeah.
I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, I'll send you what I have on it too. So
yeah, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. That's awesome.
We might even be able to get some of the people involved with that on the podcast sometime. I'll talk to our brothers over there in California, see what we can do.
Yeah, that's awesome. Let's do it, man. Let's get them on the show. Let's get it cracking.
Let's get it cracking.
All right, what else we got going on? We got to bring this thing in for a landing. We gotta land this plane, if you will.
I don't know what kind of projects you got coming up in 2025. Any personal projects? I know you got the goals of running a marathon once a month.
Yeah.
You got any passion projects going on? You got any other podcasts that you got brewing or?
No other podcasts. You know what? I'm really focused on three things, man. I'm focused on just personally, I'm focused on just delivering the very best I can. So like for this show, I want to show up and be the best I can be. For my entrepreneurial journey, I'm going to show up and be the best I can be. I had 2 other shows going. I canceled them both. So I'm just running this one. Together we do this show, Breaking Fry Bread. And so I want to be the best I can be for that. And that's important to me. So just really being there, and then just, being bold and courageous with everything I do, just stepping out, being strong, that's important. And then just taking action, like not sitting back when I see something, just taking action in what I believe in. And then, and I believe I've been doing some reading in my Bible, and I just believe that's like what I need to do from God, right? That's what I believe my calling is, to focus on those things. And then, but for passion, I've been really focusing on my kids, because kind of the way that I'm looking at this today is like, my daughter's 9 years old. I only have so much time with her left. So, like once she's 18, she's 20, like she's on her own path, man. She's going to, God willing, be married someday, have a family, and then it's kind of like, they're gone. So just really trying to spend and enjoy and invest as much time as possible with my kids, I think for me is the most important thing I want to do. As many trips, as many memories, as many conversations, like just spend time with them, because that time is going to end. And if I blow it, running a business or, honoring myself in some foolish way, I'm going to miss that time with them. So I'm really trying to be very, very driven and very intentional about what I do with my kids, and just spending as much time as possible with them. I don't know. It's kind of cheesy, but
I mean, it's true. You know, I mean, I have my youngest is 9 years old also, and it happened. It feels like it happened in the blink of an eye. You know, so I understand that time goes so quick. It goes so quick, and so that's my kids have always been my focus, and that's why I try to stay involved in everything they do, and as far as coaching and just being there, and that's why I take all the trips, and because you know you're not going to get that time back, you know, and you only get one crack at it, you know, and then they're like you said, they're grown up and they're gone, so you want to make the best of it.
yep, exactly. So I don't know, that's my plan. And it sounds like you're already on that path, so it's very similar.
I'm on that path. And then I don't have, me personally, I don't have a lot of personal projects. You know, obviously I want to give a lot of energy to this show and make sure it's the best that we can make it. And I have a tribal brother. His name's Kyle Rodarty. I wanted to give him a shout out. He's I don't know what the proper term is. He does food reviews.
Okay.
He's got his own little. So I guess he's an influencer.
Yep.
He's got his own food review show going on. It's called Breaking Bread. So it's kind of similar to ours, and he stops at all these different places around here in Washington and gives his reviews. And he's a big guy like us, and so he's looking to take his show to the next level. And he actually reached out to me and asked me to be a part of the next movement he's got going on. It's going to be like a food contest, eating contest, or something like that.
Huh.
I don't want to give too much away, but he's got some relationships with different restaurants, and there's a group of big guys that we're called Big Backs.
Okay.
And I guess we're just going to be going to different restaurants and having eating contests with each other. So,
all right, that sounds good. My cousin Daryl and I think his friend Earl are gonna do some running, and they're gonna run in this little 5K in April, St. Patty's Day 5K, Tacoma area, right? I saw it on social media, and I said, hey, I want to run with you guys. So you know what you need to do is you need to have these big back contests where you go eat, and then you got to go and get in there and run so you can, you know,
work it all off.
You know what I mean? You get the running club going, and then you get the eating club going, and you know, maybe you stay exactly the same.
That's a great idea. Bunch of big backs running a 5K. That's some good TV right there.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I like it. All right. That's cool. Good stuff. We need to have him on the show. We need to have the Breaking Bread guy on the show.
I think that's a great idea. He'd probably love to do that. So
let's schedule him up.
Breaking Bread meets Breaking Fry Bread.
That's right.
Gotta have it.
And that might be that might make Breaking Bad
with a better ending.
Bam, you know it. You know what? I think I went a little bit too far last time saying that I don't like it when the police win in the movies.
Who does though?
Right?
You know, who does?
We need to get a police officer on the show and ask them how they feel about this.
I know a couple. I know you know a couple.
That's right. I know a couple. Are you talking in a good way or a bad way? Just teasing.
You can only bring the good ones on.
That's right. You can only bring the good ones on. All right. That's what we've got going on. And let's see, we're back in 2 weeks. So if you like the show, join in, hang out, stop by for a while. We're talking about fun stuff. Any final words as we close this bad boy out?
No, I'm just excited for the new year. You know, one season under our belt. I'm thankful for all of our viewers that view every week, faithfully. I know I got a lot of great feedback and looking forward to a great second season in 2025. And looking forward to what's ahead.
We got renewed for a second year. It was touch and go there for a moment. We almost didn't get renewed, but we pushed
2024.
We pushed it across the finish line.
2024 tried to keep us back. You know, they tried to hold us back, but we powered through it. So
That's right. Awesome. All right. Listen, if you like the show, give us a like, give us a share, drop your comments in the comment box. Follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, anywhere it's social. We're both hanging out. And you know, if you have an idea for the show or you want to join the show, send us a DM. You know, we'll check your resume.
I was just going to say that. Absolutely.
All right, brother.
All right. Have a good week and yep, enjoy. Thrive in 25.
Thrive in 25. That's the plan.
Yep. Puyallup Tribe. I'm finished.
Adios. In Spanish, that says goodbye.
Well, hey.